Fog Wrestling here, back with another TNA pay-per-view review, and this time is Turning Point 2009. And I tell you what, guys, out of the TNA shows that we've watched so far and reviewed on this channel, it's probably the best one. It's not the most star-studded cast, you know, it definitely ain't, but at the same time, it still does well. But we're just weeks after basically a quick round up. We're like weeks after the takeover, like Hulk Hogan coming in, and we have an 8-match card. And I tell you what, it was very, very entertaining. This, of course, it's just after Bound for Glory 2009. We are in the Impact Zone. Attendance is 1,100, as it always is in the Impact Zone. But yeah, we have a couple of great storylines and we have a couple of great matches on this card. But we'll kick off with Amazing Red taking on Homicide for the X Division Championship. I don't know why it's Amazing Red. I mean, he's alright, but he just spells out indie jobber to me. Don West is in his corner, probably the best thing about him. Taz and Mike Tenay making jokes about Don West being there. I remember the brown paper bag deals, they were brilliant. TNA back in the day was absolutely fantastic, but the match is what it is. Homicide can't hit the Gringo cutter, Amazing Red hits his finisher, good night. It's a 10-minute match. It's a decent way to kick off the show. But the show just gets better, it really does. The first 4 matches are nothing really to write home about, but the final 4, boom. You know, a tale of two halves. Then we have ODB, Sarita and Taylor Wilde, who are the tag champs, and the knockout, the champion is ODB, so they're holding all the belts. And all the belts are on the line here, and they're taking on the beautiful people, which is Lacey Fawn Eric, Madison Rain, and Velvet Sky. It only goes about 6 minutes, but damn, looking at some of this perfection in the ring, man, it was fine. You know what I'm saying? Next up, though, we have got the British Invasion taking on the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money for the TNA tag titles. I mean, it was a decent match, but I kind of know. I always used to think the British Invasion were pish, and they kind of are pish, but their whole anti-vanilla midgets gimmick, I'm all for. Definitely all for that. It's a very solid tag match. I feel like in every TNA pay-per-view there's always a multi-man match for the tag titles, or at least a multi-man match regardless. But yeah, the British Invasion here with the tag belts at the end of the match, so you can't complain if you're British. You can, man. And then next up we have a 6-sided steel match with a steel cage match. We have Tara taking on Awesome Kong. Good match. But basically they were trying to put over in commentary that Awesome Kong's undefeatable, but then a crossbody off the top is what does Awesome Kong in. You know, I don't know, if you're undefeatable, you're undefeatable, but who knows. But yeah, that defeats on Tara, Victoria, whatever you want to call her. Cuts promo after the match where Tarantula I just beat the best women's wrestler ever. Okay, yeah, Awesome Kong, definitely the best women's wrestler ever. Definitely not pish. And we move on. Then we have a Scott Steiner promo. Personally, I thought this was fucking brilliant from Scott Steiner. Basically starts talking about Bobby Lashley and the feud. I don't know, I couldn't really remember what this feud was, but the feud is fucking brilliant. He basically says that Bobby Lashley's wife can't be satisfied, and that's why she's fallen in love with the big bad booty daddy. He's like, there's going to be a winner and a loser at the end of the night. He's like, the winner is going to be this big. It was fucking brilliant for Scott Steiner. Oh man, Scott Steiner, you just have to love the guy. We also have Kevin Nash, I forgot to mention, during the tag team match. He came out, there was Eric Young was out there as well, and then he cuts a promo backstage, Kevin Nash, saying that it all makes sense in the next couple of weeks. Hogan has his back, and Hogan told him to do this. Okay. Then we have Team 3D and Rhino taking on the Pope, Hernandez, and Matt Morgan. Basically, this whole match came around is that Rhino has backed TNA management because they've went with youth, and the other 3 haven't, even though the other 3 are in terms of coming into the business a lot later than these 3. Rhino, it's a bit of a weird storyline, but you know what? It's a good 6-man tag match. It goes 14 minutes, and I thought it was pretty good. But then we have, I think the final 4 matches are all great, but my personal favourite, Scott Steiner against Bobby Lashley in a false count anywhere. But the promo for this was brilliant. Basically, Scott Steiner kidnapping Bobby Lashley's wife, battering Lashley with lead pipes. He basically lures Lashley into the hotel room where his wife is, and he batters him with a lead pipe. He's like, Lashley, look at your kid, the boy has my eyes. It's like, it could have your eyes, Scott, but it's not the same race, brother. I mean, Scott Steiner, like, he's just so fucking entertaining. Of course, it's never going to be the greatest fucking wrestling match ever, but oh man, it was just great. Two big fucking brutes battering each other with lead pipes, but the match, I mean, there's table spots, they're both bossed open, like the Scott Steiner gets clotheslined to the top rope, and there breaks his neck. He rips a big massive pipe off the fucking scaffold, turns around, decks Bobby Lashley in the coupon weight. Bobby Lashley hits the deck. 1, 2, 3. We have Scott Steiner defeating Bobby Lashley. Next up, though, we have Kurt Angle cutting a promo backstage, and Desmond Wolfe basically their promo package. Tell you what, like, I never rated Desmond Wolfe. I think he's just a boring bastard, but like, the guy literally came in. Like, I'd never heard of him before TNA. I don't think anyone heard of him after or before, but he comes in, and you tell you what, like, he fucking feels like a pretty big deal already because he's dealing with Kurt Angle here. Really good technical match here, even though I don't really like Desmond Wolfe, Nigel McGuinness, whatever you want to call him. Good match here. Thank fuck Kurt Angle won. But yeah, what about 16 minutes? He defeats him with submission. It wasn't the ankle lock, it was the choke. And literally as soon as he locked it in, Desmond Wolfe tapped out, which I kind of like that element to it. But next up, guys, we have Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels versus the TNA World Champion AJ Styles in a triple threat match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It is a rematch, of course, from their triple threat at Unbreakable from 2005, a few years earlier. And like, the only reason Daniels is in here is because it's like a rematch of that match. It was like, you know, it's like the best match in TNA history, apparently. I mean, it was really good. This doesn't really live up to that match. It's still a good match, don't get me wrong. Wait, what? In 2021, the promotion's viewers ranked the triple threat match as the #1 of the top 10 world title matches. Doubt that. I mean, I can just think of so many like King of the Mountain like ladder matches that were better than this. You know, we had like 5 people, and like, you know, you had Joe and Styles in it, like Angle, Sting, etc. Like loads of them. I love King of the Mountain matches, honestly, man. It's such a fun ass concept. It's almost like too complicated that WWE would even fucking try it. But they should have, man. But yeah, a couple of good. I mean, the food going in this. Styles keeps getting attacked. Daniels is pleading his innocence, but Joe's kind of like feeding poison into his ear. It's almost not goofy, like, but it's all. I feel like, I mean, it's a good story compared to now. It's fucking brilliant, but yeah. But I mean, the match is good itself. Daniels actually has Joe beat, but Styles thing off the top rope. Good night. 450. Hits the back of Daniels, but also hit Joe in the impact. But Joe's obviously had 2 finishers done to him here, and basically bang, bang, good night. It is all over. AJ Styles is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and that is Turning Point 2009 in the books. Final 4 matches were pretty great. Like, honestly, they really were. I really enjoyed each of them were different. The first 4 were alright, but just nowhere near the other 4. But you know what? I feel like it's definitely, and the promos and all were brilliant, and it's not exactly star-studded. Like, you're missing quite a lot of people. You know, like, from this, you know, like there's no Jeff Jarrett, there's no Sting, there's no Kevin Nash, you know, Hogan's not on the card, there's no Abyss, you know, like Christian's gone, other shit as well, you know, there's missing quite a lot of people, guys, but it was still a really good show. I will give this pay-per-view an 8 out of 10. Really, really enjoyed it. Recommend watching it.